let's take the case of Jonathan Pollard, who's one of the biggest traitors in the history of the United States for passing classified information on to the Israeli government. They were caught out in the open. Prime Minister Netanyahu used to visit our soil and actively campaign and urge our presidents of the United States to pardon Jonathan Pollard for betraying our country to his country.
Do you have any idea what they did with the classified information, those secrets?
Well, I actually have no idea, but what I do remember...
They gave them to the Soviet Union.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So that's part of a conversation that happened in July of this year. Obviously, Tucker Carlson and Saagar Enjeti talking about Jonathan Pollard, as they said, one of the most notorious, at least in the last 50 or so years, traitors to America who spied on our country to hand over huge quantities of information to Israel that then ended up even going to other countries, other rivals and enemies of ours. What's interesting is that the same month that conversation was happening earlier this year, the US ambassador to Israel, Mike Huckabee, met with Jonathan Pollard. Now that was obviously many months ago, but we only found out about it yesterday because of an investigation by the New York Times. And as a result of that, a lot of people, I think, are very justifiably angry and confused and suspicious about why exactly our ambassador would be meeting with someone who is only notable because of their massive betrayal of our country. And that's, look, people like us, Pod Save America, many Maga people as well, quite mad about this. Cenk, what do you make of it?
Yeah, what I love is that the MAGA guys are at least as mad as we are, although it's tougher to be madder than me on this issue, which I'll get to in a minute. But God, the country's united. I'm gonna tell you a poll I did on X on whether Huckabee works for America or Israel. The result is a little bit stunning, and even Bannon's going to get into the picture here, but I don't see a single person defending Huckabee, and you'd really have to be out of your mind to defend meeting with this traitor. One last thing that you guys need to look out for in this story is how much Pollard hates Trump. And that's why Huckabee meeting with him is even stranger.
Very suspicious. And I'm sure there's a few people defending him. I'm sure Laura Loomer's got a tweet or whatever. I didn't check because why would I? But yeah, it's very suspicious. There are a couple of specific things too that are also suspicious. Supposedly, this meeting happened behind the back of the Trump administration, getting to that weird loyalty question that you raised there, as well as the CIA. I mean, the guy stole our secrets, and you're going out there while purporting to represent us. You don't tell your administration, who famously desires absolute loyalty. You also don't tell the CIA, as you talk about a guy who helped to betray the CIA. So they didn't know about it. And as you said, Pollard apparently doesn't even like Donald Trump or his administration. So here's what Pollard told the New York Times this week. He said he did not regret spying for Israel, lest you believe he had turned a new leaf or something, claiming that the US had cut Israel out of intelligence sharing, and he castigated Trump, calling him a madman who has literally sold us down the drain for Saudi gold. So, even a broken clock is right every once in a while. But he was so mad at the fact that we had cut them out of intelligence sharing that he decided his loyalties lay not with us, but with them. And he does not regret that literally at all. And yesterday he did an interview with an Israeli news outlet and said this. He said that he believed someone within the CIA stationed at the US Embassy in Israel leaked information about the meeting to the media in an effort to discredit the ambassador and have him removed from his post, saying, "I think the people behind this are anti-Israel elements within the Trump administration." Now look, obviously I am generally more favorable towards leaks than a lot of other people, right-wingers and stuff like that. But in this particular case, yeah, they should leak it. If the ambassador is having secret, surreptitious meetings with traitors to our country, and he's not gonna tell us about it. Obviously, Mike Huckabee had months now that he could have revealed if he did. If he had a good reason to do this, that was beneficial to America, that was America first, or even America second or third or fourth, he could have told that story for months now. He chose not to do it. And so we're not happy about this. Some conservatives also not. Jack Posobiec, second appearance of the show today, says Jonathan Pollard is a traitor. Obviously, Cernovich says there is no universe where it's appropriate for Mike Huckabee, who is supposed to be our ambassador and serve our country's interest, is meeting with Jonathan Pollard, who to this day encourages spying on the US. Tucker Carlson says, this is shocking behavior from the United States ambassador. Is Huckabee going to explain it? And Steve Bannon said, immediately recall Ambassador Huckabee, he is out of control. And I think Steve Bannon is right there. I am surprised to see him tweeting about this. He'd seemed too busy for social media over the last week or so, not wanting to say anything about the weird revelations about him and Jeffrey Epstein. But I guess he had time to talk about this. And that is good, because he's right. It's super suspicious. And it's making me wonder, could Mike Huckabee be one of the first high-profile ejectees from the Trump administration?
Yeah, if he isn't, it's super weird. So there's so many things to break down here. I think Tucker Carlson is the first domino usually, and Steve Bannon is the last domino. If it got to Steve Bannon denouncing something relating to Israel, that means Bannon has read the room and realized there's no way of winning this fight. So we might as well appear to be on the populist side and the America First side here. Why do I say that? He immediately had two people that he proposed instead of Huckabee. So I was about to give him credit online, and then he says, we got to get rid of Huckabee immediately. I'm like, all right, attaboy. And then he's like, yeah, and then he's like, and named two people, including one guy who runs Breitbart. Totally Israel First guys. And I'm like, oh, so you're gonna replace one Israel First guy with two other possibilities who are also Israel First. What's the point? Right? So it's like, so Bannon is not to be trusted here. And I mean, the friendship he had with Epstein, and he's hiding the tapes. So but he's an important person to watch, because if he concedes, that means he thinks it's over. We have no chance of winning this argument. Yeah. You might as well concede and look like you're on the right side.
He seems to have a better day-to-day read of what his audience, like if he has a talent, it is like a lot of these people, it's knowing what his audience wants to be told and telling them that.
Yeah, for sure. So now, a lot of things here. Number one, New York Times. I'm constantly bashing mainstream media, as you all know, but great job here. Wonderful reporting. We always give credit where credit is due. Number two, so when Pollard said that part about the Saudi gold, John said he's at least right about that. That's true, but the earlier part of that sentence is not true, that Trump has sold Israel down the drain, right? No, Trump has done everything that Israel wants, but for Israel diehards, nothing is ever enough. Why are they now livid at Trump and starting to attack him? Mark Levin, who the whole time when Trump agreed with Israel, he's like, that's it. MAGA is what Trump does. And if Tucker or Roger Daly Green disagree, then they're not MAGA. They're not America. Right? And then so Trump's like, oh, I'm going to do a giant arms deal with Saudi Arabia. It's like, Trump is terrible. What's he doing? Right? What happened? I thought he was MAGA America first. Anyway, so, and of course, Mark Levin's stepson gets into this picture because he's in our embassy in Israel. He arranged this meeting. So, like, they're like, oh, we have this wonderful trader you should meet. I don't know why. Like, I guess, did Huckabee want to meet another trader? I don't know. Right, like, so, and look, that Milstein, who's the stepson, David Milstein, Mark Levin, Mike Huckabee, overwhelmingly obvious that their number one concern, number 1 through 100, is Israel. If America's 101, I'd be surprised. Okay, so they love to say like, that's a Trump, no loyalty Trump. No, we're not saying it about all Jews, not even close, not even within anywhere near close. No, we're saying it about you. Right? We're saying about Mark Levin, we're saying about Milstein, and we're saying about Mike Huckabee. Oh, by the way, Mike Huckabee, not Jewish.
Yeah.
So you can be Israel first, you could be a traitor, etc., having nothing to do with your religion, okay? So now, third thing is, look, Pollard it's so bipartisan and it drives me crazy. Obama let him out on parole. Why? Because the entire time Israel's like, you gotta let him out, you gotta let him out. Why would I listen to you? You're the mother effers who spied in on me, and you want me to release your spy? Are you mental? What they should have done every time Israel asked for that and go, that's it, meeting's over, get the hell out of my White House. Get the hell out of my office. And don't darken my doorstep again. What do you mean I should let out the traitor who betrayed me for you? What am I a fool? Am I a servant? Who the hell do you think you are to ask me to release the guy who betrayed me and us for you? The gall of that, right? But no, Clinton was like, oh, okay, maybe. And as Drop Site News has reported this week, because Netanyahu told Clinton, we have tapes of you and Lewinsky. That's just direct blackmail. And by the way, when another country blackmails you, you show them the goddamn door. That is what, I should have ended our relationship with Israel instantly, over. If I was the president, they're like, oh, I have tapes with you and doing phone sex, I'd be like, release them right away. These guys, that's it, I'm on the warpath. Because it's not about Clinton. It's saying, why don't you betray America to protect your own ass? If they do it to Clinton, they're gonna do it to every president. Oh, right. So Israel has honestly never been an ally. They've always looked at us as suckers. And you know what Pollard said? Pollard said, oh yeah, I'm not America first. America first sucks. I'm Israel first, and I love it, and that's why I'm here. And he said other Jewish Americans should betray America in favor of Israel. Now they haven't, don't put it on them, okay? But that's the kind of disgusting traitor Jonathan Pollard is. Oh, so I told you about Clinton. I told you Obama gave him parole. Why are we humoring these mother effers? And then Trump comes in and goes, parole's not good enough. I release him from parole. He can go back to Israel. Doesn't have to stay here anymore. And wait, how did he get back to Israel? He flew on a private jet provided to him by Sheldon Adelson, Donald Trump's top donor. So Trump's like, oh, you betrayed America? You're Israel first, I mean the most avowedly Israel first person in the world, and you're America dead last. But my donor gave me at that time about a couple $100 million. So of course, you're free to betray America all you want. And this donor comes in, Sheldon Adelson, he's now deceased, but his wife is the same exact thing, gave more money to Trump, Miriam Adelson. They're not here for us at all. Look at that, private jet for a traitor. Oh my God, and then Trump takes more money from that guy? He does him a favor? And how is that favor returned? Now, Mike Huckabee, your own ambassador, is conspiring behind your back with that same traitor to screw you over. Because they think you have done. And so why are they so mad about the Saudi deal, right? I mean, Trump has given them everything they want. That's why Trump is the most popular politician in Israel. They're like, no, not good enough. Our greed is endless. No, we want to be able to bomb Qatar and Saudi Arabia anytime we want, and we don't want anyone else in the Middle East to have a military. We feel threatened. No, if they have no militaries, we have leverage and we get to use it to crush them and to crush the Palestinians, and no one can defend them. Then we steal more of their land and more of their land. How dare you give these Muslims any weapons or anything, right? I don't know a government more racist than the Israeli government, deeply racist, bigoted, and those guys are actually fascist and indisputable. So finally, Pollard sells us out, but wait a minute, why is Huckabee involved in this? Not only is Pollard dead set against Trump, not only did he not tell the White House, he didn't tell the CIA, Huckabee didn't. Now, if you're having a secret meeting in the embassy, let alone with a literal traitor, and you didn't tell the CIA, that means you're up to no good. If I was Trump, I agree with the first half of what Bannon said. I'd call him back immediately. I'd say, tell me exactly why you had that meeting, and if that answer isn't perfect, I'm not just firing you, I'm arresting you.
Yeah, I mean, really fast, I know we have to end. Like, is this about 2028? Like, what is Mike Huckabee doing? It's like this could, you would think this would really hurt him. I mean, theoretically, maybe he's trying to set something up that then leads to donations. What is the goal here? I mean, the guy already was released. What's the point of talking to him more? He doesn't, it's not like he still has access to take more documents. Like, what would be I don't understand the purpose.
No, the cover story of Huckabee is, I'm a religious zealot and my religion says that all Christians should serve Israel.
No, I get that, but why him specifically? Why Pollard specifically? Like, I get him going there and meeting with the government or whatever, but what utility does that former spy have at this point?
Well, it might have been that Milstein got Huckabee to go so that he would have dirt on Huckabee. Okay, so that's a possibility, right? Another possibility is that Huckabee is literally conspiring with Israel. And why would he do that? Maybe for political advantage later, and maybe for an enormous amount of money, right? And so, but why would you meet with Pollard and not some person in the IDF, right? Because it's an off the books collaboration, right? A technical collaboration is documented by the CIA and others, right? But if it's off the books and nobody knows about it, you go deal with the dirtiest guy there is, and that's Pollard. So there's no question, by the very nature of meeting with Pollard, it means that Huckabee was up to no good.
Yeah.
So that's why MAGA's even more mad than we are, because they're like, are you involved in a plot against Trump? What's going on here?
Yeah.
And I would double Trump's Secret Service. There is nothing that Israel wouldn't do. There's nothing Jonathan Pollard wouldn't plot. I mean, he says it. He says, no, Israel is so important by any means necessary. And of course, Pollard also thinks that they should kill everyone in Gaza and bring in Israeli settlers and just take it because he's a Nazi. And so that's what Nazis say, kill everyone that's in the other race and just take their stuff. So I don't know if he's also want to take their golden teeth and their shoes, but that's the kind of Nazi Jonathan Pollard is. So our ambassador met with a Nazi who betrayed this country, and he should be immediately fired. And if he doesn't have a perfect excuse, I say treason, I don't want anybody executed, that's crazy talk, right? But we should look into whether it's treason and whether he should be arrested and maybe spend a lifetime in prison for it. Every time you ring the bell below, an angel gets his wings. Totally not true, but it does keep you updated on our live shows.